So like, you got to make it fun. That's really important. You got to make it as
the ducks in the War Memorial Garden where we live are the best fed ducks in Dublin 8, let me tell you. It's the morning show with Kathryn Thomas on Dublin's Q102. Now my next guest is an old pal from Operation Transformation Days. He is one of Ireland's leading health and fitness experts and a man who absolutely loves to walk, so much so that he's written the ultimate guide to it. His brand new book, The Walking Effect, is out now, celebrating 25 years in the fitness industry and reminding us why walking really is one of the best things we can do for our body and mind. Karl Henry.
Good morning.
It is so good to see you again.
How's it going?
I'm all good. And I remember literally more than 10 years ago, you were saying, you were the first person that ever said to me, walking is as good as running if you do it properly, if it can be done. And now you've just written a whole book on it.
I have. It's super exciting to get it out. It's been kind of work in progress over the course of the last year. And more than ever, people want something simple, something to improve their mental health, their physical health. And walking does exactly that.
Yeah.
Now, we've gone a bit deeper than, because people think, a book on walking, really?
What do I need to know that I don't know already?
We've covered a lot more than, a lot of ground. So we've got exercises in, there's recipes in it, there's routes and maps of walks to do in each province, there's basically everything. The Bible of walking.
That's what I love about it. The
is.
photography is great. The routes are really good as well. So for depending on where you live in Ireland, there's always something to get. Before we get into it and the benefits of walking and for your mental health and physical health, you have been through the ringer.
I know.
Pretty recently. And as a friend, like, you don't get sick. So just remind the listeners what happened.
Okay, so all year I've been training for 2 big events this summer. Fastnet Return Swim down in Baltimore, which is 45k open water, and Loch Ness, which is 36, and peak of training. And then I got COVID, I think. I tested negative, but I had all the symptoms. Was really sick with that now. I was really sick. It was a week off work, and I never take time off work.
In all the years that I've known you, you've never been sick.
And then the cough started, and then the cough within 2 days was pneumonia. And my wife, who's a GP, said, you need to go to hospital, and I did, and they checked me in for a week.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never been sick before.
Yeah.
I've never felt a vulnerability like that, where like I was literally in bed in the hospital for 3 days solid. I didn't move. I couldn't move. I couldn't get from one side of the room to the other.
Wow.
And the nurse was in 4 or 5 times to give me whatever drugs and whatever. They got really well minded.
Yeah.
But on day 3, the physio comes in. I was like, oh, great. She's like, right, time to get you moving again now. And I was like, okay, great. I was like, oh, sure, I'll go for a walk around the block or whatever. And she was like, just try, see if you can walk up and down the stairs there. 1 flight. Couldn't do it.
Oh, Karl, oh my God.
Like,
so
it was
scary.
Unbelievable.
So scary for you.
And then it began slowly. Every kind of 2 hours I went out to walk 1 flight of stairs and back into my bed again for 2 hours. And it got better. And then I was checked out, obviously, after the week. And I'm still recovering. I'm 3 months out now.
Okay.
The recovery's 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
I'm kind of back training, I'd say 70% now.
So has walking become a big part of now what you're doing in terms of getting back up on your feet again? Excuse the pun.
No, I always did it, right? So like, if I come to Dublin for work, I'd come to Houston, I'd walk all around the city. I'd walk to corporate work or wherever I would have to be. And the first time up after I was sick, I remember the impact of trying to do my usual commute walk around the city. I could barely do it. So it's been key to my recovery. And it's been fascinating. It's been one of the beauties of experience is you are put into other people's shoes, right? And so now, like, from a weight loss perspective, I'd always had that because I lost weight myself, and I have to work hard to keep it off. So I could appreciate when people come in, with troubles around that. Movement wise, now I get it. I just start back from scratch, where I could walk for maybe 10 minutes, and 20 minutes, and 30 minutes, and like it's
a leveler, I'd say.
It was frightening. It was really, I've never been fitter before. So my bounce back or your bounce back ability is quicker. And the consultant was saying that. And he was like, look, you might be a bit quicker. You might be 6 months. Otherwise, I would have kept you in here for like 6 weeks. And I was like, what? He's like, you don't realise how sick you actually were. And I did until I got a bit better. And even when I went home, I could barely work.
Yeah.
Like, I was in bed at 7 o'clock each night because I was exhausted.
Just floored.
So living the dream, really.
Well, listen, you look mighty. I'm glad that you're back up on your feet again. So let's talk about, it is one of the most powerful things we can do for our health. So why is walking so effective, and why do we why is it so underrated?
Well, I think firstly we look for new, exciting, sexy ways of exercising, and there's loads of stuff kind of pushed to us all the time. Walking's always been there. It's never gone away. It's free. It's simple. There's 2 different types, right? There's movement, which is GDM, general daily movement. So I walk to you today. I walked from O'Connell Street up here before the interview. I'm going to walk back downtown afterwards. That's movement. The more that you do, the better. 10,000 is just a magic marketing number. It doesn't really mean anything. It's more the merrier. Whether it's 1,000 or 20,000, it depends on you and how on your lifestyle. Then walking is exercise. You've got to be huffing and puffing. You've got to get out of breath. So you and I climb the stairs together. We get out of breath. That's exercise. We walk up a hill. That's exercise. Or we walk faster, and that's exercise. But it's so simple. I think people have forgotten it. We know the science around it in terms of aging health. It keeps us strong, keeps us young, keeps our bones strong. For women with osteoporosis, it's brilliant.
Yeah, funny. I was just reading something in the papers today that is it Whoop? Is that a?
Oh yeah,
They've done a new survey on the effects of movement, and if we want to live past 80, sleep is integral, as we know, and it's all the simple things that we have been saying for years. It's sleep, but movement. 15 minutes of movement a week, they were kind of saying, can increase your lifespan.
Every step you take increases your lifespan and your health span. So lifespan is one thing. You and I might live to 80.
I'm living way longer
or longer.
than that.
80 is still quite young. Our health span then is different. It's how long we live healthy, how long we can do the things that we want to do. And that's what movement will do. So we have always done that. It's encouraging people to move a little bit more. And the idea for the book was exactly that. It was to give you a little bit of science. Not too much, but enough to make you understand just how powerful this is, with some studies to back it up. Recipes to make for some snacks to bring on longer walks with you, family walks, beginner walks. There's training plans in it. There are exercises in it for flexibility, for strength. So it is the elixir of health, but we've kind of forgotten it. Like I see that when I commute, I see that.
Yeah.
So like I come out of Houston, there's a queue for the taxi rank, there's a queue for the Lewis, and there's a queue for everything. Yeah. And everyone's in cars. And I'm like, if you just walk to the next bus stop, you're going to live better and live longer. If you walk to your meeting, or if you just move, it'll change everything. And like as we get older, it's use it or lose it now. And I found that when I was sick, I had no activity for about 2 weeks. Now, granted, I was very sick, so it was accelerated. But that idea of I was weaker. I was sore going up the stairs, both with my lungs, but also physically, because I hadn't done anything.
You hadn't been doing it. You hadn't been using it. And it's funny, I'm just thinking about my kids now when you're talking about getting the kids out for a walk. And it depends on the mood. Sometimes it's like, oh, God, no, I don't want to go feed the ducks. I'm like, get your coat on. We're going to have fun. You know, you have to have the family fun walks that sound like a battle, and they are a battle. But then when you get them out, and it is just that wonderful freedom. You can see them enjoying it. But I, like, because I would often have conversations with friends of mine, parents who were saying, oh, my kids just don't like to do it. But you just have to persevere and get them out the door.
You got to do it as a unit.
Yeah,
you got to make it fun. So like beaches are brilliant for that.
Yeah.
I love watching kids kind of run free. They're wild. And it's like, it's something really cool about it. You've got the sand dunes. So like, you got to make it fun. That's really important. You've got to make it as
the ducks in the War Memorial Garden where we live are the best fed ducks in Dublin 8, let me tell you.
But it's just good to be out and about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it's having a car-free day. It's let's walk to the next bus stop. Let's get off the train one stop earlier. It's that. Let's not get the cab from one side of town to the other. They're all ingraining habits for later life, and that is important on a family level because we just tend to sit now. It's just what we do.
And I think for anybody living in a city as well, we did this recently, myself and my husband, Porrick, and we went through our the Free Now taxi and how much we spent on taxis. Yeah. Jesus Christ, when you actually break it down and go through it, for city living, it's exactly that. Get on the bus and then walk the rest of the way, if your bus route doesn't go. So that's our New Year's resolution for 2026 as well. As I said, the book is beautiful, gorgeous photographs in it as well, lovely walking routes. So give us some of your favourite walking routes. Maybe if
beaches are always good. There's two that always stand out. One is in Wicklow. It's Jouse and Malden Mountain.
I love Jouse,
I went up there when I was in my first year of college with a chap called Cormac, who's an older man. He was 65, which is very young now that I'm 43. And that was a real moment where I was exposed to just the beauty of nature and the beauty of hill walking. And then beaches, Castlefreakin or Longstrand in West Cork. We lived there. We're on that all the time in all kinds of weather. And I love it because it's just wild and windswept, and it's all kinds of beautiful because you're getting nature, you're getting sea air, you're getting all of it in one. Beaches are always one of my favourites. And I love city walks. I love walking around Dublin.
I love it too.
Especially if I'm not in a rush, I grew up in Dublin, I grew up in East Wall originally, so I love catching up in the city. Even today, walking up here, I remember these streets when they were just like units of storage units or very run down. So city walks are ways to explore a city and just strolling around. I'm watching and we walk now with our phones or we walk with distractions. I love to walk just walking, just taking in what the noises, the sounds, the people, just taking in what's around you and making it very mindful. So it becomes a form of mindfulness,
And some great walking clubs out there as well. And I love the fact that you have, when you've individualised your walks into hard, easy. There's times in it as well for the routes as well. So it's really lovely present as well. As always, another great book.
Thank you very much. I know, number 6.
What? Yes. So what book is this?
6.
Number 6. Jesus,
I know.
you're a machine.
I feel old.
Listen, you look mighty, and glad that you're back up on your feet again. The book is called The Walking Effect with Karl Henry, The Magic of Walking for Wellbeing and the Best Places in Ireland to Do It. Great to see you.
You too.
Thank you so much for coming in to me today.
Thank you for having me in.
Enjoy the walk back.
We will do.